Hello there, in this video we're going to create a text field component for our design system, so let's go. Okay, so welcome back to the file, so let's jump in and add a new page. So I'm just going to go below the footer, click on the plus, do 3 dashes, hit on enter, click on the plus again, and let's create a new page. So we'll call this text input. Okay, let's go to one of the other pages and let's just steal the layout for now. So let's just take it from there. Let's copy and paste it in. Let's just delete out, just make some changes to this page as well. Okay, that seems good to go. So first of all, let's just quickly look at our state. So for a text input, we're probably going to need enabled, we're going to need hovered, we'll need focused. I don't think we're going to need pressed. So let's just delete that out of here. I'm going to need, let's just put error. We can always move disabled up. So we're going to need an error state. Probably going to need a success state as well. And I'm just going to add, let's add a read-only version as well. Alright, so let's start off with those for now. Okay, so we've got our page set up here, we've got the basics, we've got our states. I'm just going to draw out a rough frame here and just start to build the first part of the component. So press F on the keyboard for frame. Let's just draw that out. Actually, I should press Shift A on the frame. So let's click in here. Okay, so I want to make it so it's 40 pixels high. Let's give it a stroke of, let's make it 600 for now. I just want to round the corners ever so slightly, so let's round those to 8 pixels. Okay, next I want to add a label, so I'm going to press T on the keyboard, click on the frame, and I'm just going to put label. I'm just going to set it up using our variables. Okay, there we go, so it's a small bold label that can go there. Just going to duplicate this again, and I'm going to just change that from bold to regular, and I'm going to adjust this to say description. And I'm just going to update the color of these as well to neutral 900. Okay, I'm going to duplicate this. I'm going to put it beneath the component here, and I'm just going to put feedback. So this can be the start of our component. So I've got the option of using a label, I've got the option of using a description, and I've also got the option of giving a feedback message as well. So let's build this into the enabled state to begin with. So let's just, to begin with, shift click on all of them, press Shift A. Okay, I'm just going to Shift A on the label, Shift A on the description. So I'm just going to put label here. And the reason why I'm doing that is just in case I want to add any icons or any other content within these sections. So this will be for the label. Let's just set that to fill for now. Align left. Do the same with the description. So set to fill, align left. Now I want these to be together, so I'm going to press Shift A, and I'll just call this content for now. I want the space between to be 4 pixels, so tighten that up a little bit. I'm just going to rename that to enabled for now as well. Just rename that to input for the moment, and let's just Shift A on both of these, and let's wrap these. I'll put this in a container for now. And let's put the space between, I want the feedback message to be slightly closer, so we'll do 4 pixels. Okay, and on the overall, so the space here, I definitely want that to be 8 pixels. Okay, so that should be a good start. Okay, so inside the input I want to put some text, so let me just put text, and let's just apply some variables, and let's just press Shift A on that as well. Let's align the text to the left hand side, and let's apply some spacing variables as well. Okay, there we go. We can always add more elements inside the input at a later date, but for now I'll just add text. Let's just make sure that color's neutral for the moment. Okay, so I'm just going to select this, press Command C. I'm going to go up here, and I'm just going to press Command V. That's obviously going to stretch it the entire container. Let's just grab that container, let's pull it in a little bit. So let me just select that, press Command Option K. That can be the enabled state for the moment. You just duplicate it, and let's just change the direction so it's a vertical layout. Let's detach that instance, and now let's rename that as hovered, and now press Command Option K. Select both of them, combine them as variants, and let's just rename this component to text input. Okay, let me just grab the container, set that to fill again. Okay, let's press Shift A for an auto layout. Let's just add a little bit more spacing between these elements. Let's delete that out for now. Okay, so it's looking a little bit of a mess at the moment, but that's fine. Let me just rename this so it says states. So there we go. So we've got our states here. Okay, so on hovered, let's just make this state slightly different. So I think we're using the brand color Sapphire 300. Let me just go back to navbar. Let's press I on the keyboard. Yeah, Sapphire 300 for hovered. So let's just go back to the input. So we'll add that as the stroke. That's fine. Just add a fill as well of neutral 0. Do the same on here as well. Okay, and let's click on this. Click on the plus. So it's adding a new variant. So what's the next one on our list? So focused. Okay, there we go. Let's just click in. And for focus, let's bump up the stroke. Let's change this. I think it's neutral 900, but let's go back to the nav bar. Press I on the keyboard, press shift. Just going to click, so neutral 900. Okay, that's good. That can be our focus state. Let's click in again. Click on the plus. What's next? So we've got disabled. Probably going to drop that back to 1. Let's go back to the nav bar. Okay, let's press I. Shift on the keyboard. So what was that? That was neutral 100. Let's go back to our text input. Let's go here. Let's add neutral 100 as the background. It does look pretty extreme, so let's just go down a little bit. Let's go to maybe neutral 50. I think that could be a bit better. Potentially for the text as well, we can drop that down a level. Let's just have a look at our navigation links because that uses text. So in case of a disabled, we're using neutral 100 and that's for the text. So maybe we change the text, take that down to neutral 100. Let's have a look at the background. Yeah, let's just leave that as neutral 50 for now. I think that should be okay. Let's click in again. So we've done our disabled. Let's click plus. This is going to be our error. Okay, let's just zoom in a bit. So for the error state, we can start to use some of the other colors that we had in our style guide. So if we go to the style guide, already got our error, alert and success colors. So let's jump back into the UI kit. Okay, so for the fill, let's type error and let's use error 50 for now. So it's nice and light. And then let's go to the stroke, type in error and let's use 300. And yeah, that should be okay for the moment. I think on the feedback text as well, probably want to change that as well to the error style. So let's change that to error. So yeah, we can use error 400 for the moment. That should be fine. Let's go here, click on this again, click on the plus. Let's do, I think it's success. Let's just double check. Yeah, success. So let's go to our success colors. Let's click in here. Let's change the background first of all. So go to success 50, go to the stroke, change it to success 300, and let's go to the feedback message and let's change that to success 400. There we go. And let's click again, click on the plus, and the last one is read only. To be honest, let's click on here. Let me delete that. Let's click up here. Click on the plus and now I'll do read only and let's just drop that all the way to the bottom. Now what I want to do actually for read only, so I want to add an icon slot inside the input. So let's go up to assets, let's type icon slot, yep, drag that out, press Command C, go inside here, press Command V. So that pastes it inside. Let's click on the input. Just going to double click there so it aligns it to center and pushes both of these items apart. Now what I want now really is if I go in the style guide, go to the icons, I want a new icon for copy. So on this component, even though this is read only, you might be able to copy the text with your cursor, or maybe you want to copy it with a mouse. I wanted to add that version in as well. Alright, so let's click here, let's go into the style guide, let's go to actions, feather icons, let's just type in copy. Okay, so that's a good copy icon right there. Let's click it, close this down. I just press Command C, let's delete that, go up here, press Command V. Let's just quickly go inside the component. Let's press Command E to flatten it. Both set to scale. I think the color is, yeah, neutral 900. So let's go here. Okay, that's good. Let's press Command Option K. That adds another option to our icons. So let's lock the page. Let's go up here to Assets. Let's publish the file. Okay, let's add some notes in. Okay, so that's publishing and that should be done. Go back to the UI kit. Let's double click here. Let's change it from a chevron and let's find copy, and there we go. Okay, so let's tidy up the page a little bit. Let's put some of these elements a little bit further away from each other so we've got some separation. Okay, so that's all the spacing up to date, so that looks a little bit tidier. Okay, that's it for this video. Part 2 will be coming out next week, so like and subscribe, add some comments, check out some other videos on my channel, and I will see you in the next video.